Hello there and welcome to today's video. If you're watching the replay or you're watching this on YouTube afterwards, then please say hello in the comments and let me know who you are and why you're watching this. My name is Lucy Parsons and I help students to get the top grades in their exams and into their first choice of university. And today I'm going to be talking about what you can expect from year 12 and what on earth Spider-Man has to do with it. So you might be like, who's this crazy woman talking about Spider-Man? But my 6-year-old son is a big fan of Spider-Man, and so I hear quite a lot about him. Hi Ola, it's great to see you. If you're watching live, please say hello. Tell me what age what year group you are in, or what year group your child is going into this time. Today's session is specifically focused on year 12. Okay, and then ask questions and give me likes and hearts all the way through to let me know what you think of the video. Okay then, so what can students expect from year 12 and what on earth has it got to do with Spider-Man? So Spider-Man has this saying, with great power comes great responsibility. And when I was talking to one of my clients the other day who's just going into year 12, I said, well, what are you expecting from year 12? And he said to me, more freedom, more work and more responsibility. And I thought, well, that sounds very much like what Spider-Man has to say about with great power coming with great responsibility. So yes, year 12s, you can expect more freedom, and yes, you can expect more work, but with all that comes a new level of responsibility. So let's break that down. So the freedom is basically you're going to have fewer lessons, you're going to have free periods, which you've probably never had before, and you are also going to have probably more freedom in your social life at home and things, with less kind of restrictions put on your time and less expectations forced on you by parents. So that is the freedom side of things. But the thing is that you're also going to get more work than you've ever had before in your life. So I have a blog post which is called The Weekly Routine of a Straight A Student, which I'll put in the comments below. And this explains to you how much work you need to be doing at each stage in your education. So at GCSE, what my suggestion is that you do 1.5 hours of independent study per week per subject. So if you're doing 10 subjects, that will be 15 hours per week. At A level, the suggestion is that you do about 5 to 6 hours per week per subject. So if you're doing 5 subjects, you're doing between 15 and not 5 subjects, 3 subjects at A level, you're doing between 5 and 18 hours. If you're doing 4 subjects at A level, that means that you're doing between 16 and 20 hours per week of independent study, which is more than you were accustomed to at GCSE level. So this, combined with the freedom, means that you are going to have to be disciplined and self-disciplined, because it's simply not possible for anybody, whether that's teachers or parents, to be breathing down your necks, making sure that you're doing everything that you should be doing all of the time and the right amount of work as well. So this increased freedom needs to have this self-discipline. So you need to use your own organisational powers and your own just your own willpower and determination to make the work happen. Okay, the last thing I really wanted to talk about today, and if you've got any questions about year 12, please do pop them in the comments and I will answer them when I finish going through the main material. But the last thing I wanted to talk about today is the change in the nature of the work that you're going to be doing. So there's not just going to be more of it, and it's not just going to be more of it in your kind of free time or outside school time. It's maybe a bit misleading to call it free time, but it's going to be very different in what is being asked of you. So the biggest difference between GCSE and A level in terms of the nature of the work is how it gets you to think. Okay, so at GCSE, it's mainly about learning stuff, remembering stuff, and being able to explain it. At A level, you have to learn stuff, remember it, and explain it, but you also have to think about it and engage with it critically, have your own ideas to a much greater extent than you do at GCSE. So most A level subjects, unless it's a really numerical subject like maths or maybe physics, are going to have a question at the end of most exam papers, which is kind of an extended written answer. So it'll be more like an essay question. And in that, they want to see you really synthesizing ideas from across the course and thinking more deeply about things, structuring your answer really, really well. So basically, you're going to have to take your thinking skills up to a new level, which you haven't been it hasn't been expected of you before this. So that is the main thing there. I've got a really good podcast episode and blog post all about what they're not telling you about what they're really looking for in exams, and it kind of breaks down the different thinking skills. So I'll put that in the comments here today for you as well. So I hope that will be really useful. So if anybody's got any questions, then please pop them in the comments, and I will try to answer them for you. While I'm giving you time to write the questions, I'll just run over those key points that I've made today. Oh, and I should just ask you as well, you give me a like, give me a heart if you're liking and finding useful what I'm saying today. If you think other people will find this useful, please do share this video. So my 3 key points from today are, firstly, that you're going to have more freedom. So that's great. But it does mean that you're going to have to be more disciplined, okay? Because you're older now, people are going to have less control over you. Well, that's the definition of freedom, really, isn't it? But you're going to have to exert that self-discipline to be able to get everything done. And then the third point is that you're going to have to think very differently, or the thinking skills that teachers and examiners are looking for are going up to a whole new level. And that can take some getting used to because it's a big transition from GCSE. And a lot of students, they're like, oh yeah, it's fine, it's the 6th form, I'm going to be great. But then by kind of October, November time, they're like, oh, right, yes, everybody was right that it was a big transition and it's very different. So it's very hard to really kind of explain that and get that through to you without you experiencing it. But it is going to be a big transition, and you are going to have to dig deep to bring out these skills in yourself. It's not beyond you, I promise you. I can remember when I started my own A-levels, finding it really, really tough, but actually just kind of saying, right, okay, I'm not going to be defeated by this. I'm actually going to do it. And really getting stuck in there and really, really doing very well in the end. So you can do this. So thank you so much for watching. If you've been watching this live, I hope you found this useful. If you're watching the replay and you've got any questions, please pop them below, and I'll try to help you with that, or try to answer the questions. And if you found watching this video useful, please share this or tag someone you know in the comments so that they can watch it too. So finally, I just want to invite you to grab a copy of my back to school download, and this has got 7 tips to start the school year right in it, and it has had great feedback from lots of people across the year groups, because it focuses in on the kind of strategies to really succeed academically from the beginning of the new school year, and rather than just focusing on making sure that you've got the right stationery and the right school uniform and all that kind of stuff. So it's about hitting the ground running and putting the kind of right routines and practices into place right from the beginning of the school year, so that you can do really, really well throughout your A-level courses. So I put a link to that in the description for this video, which you'll find above or below depending where you're watching this video, but it's at lifemoreextraordinary.com/back dash-to, DTO dash school. So it's lifemoreextraordinary.com /back-to-school. I hope you find that really useful, and thank you so much for watching today. Bye bye.